going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the road trip on the way to Old Trafford for Manchester United's 4th round tie against Reading. Listen, time for some rotation. In complete contrast to the last game me and Marcel did on the last road trip, where Marcel was saying rotate and I was saying go strong. Ten Hag went strong. We got the job done 3-0. And we were always looking at this game as the one where you go strong against Forest, get the job done, and then you get to Reading, and then Forest again, actually. Yeah. And then you can give some players some well-earned rest, ready for Palace next weekend. Go straight to you, Marcel. What are you saying? Is this the game now to rotate, or are you going to be Marcelish and say this is the game we go strong?
Strong? I'm actually going to say it. Like I was saying to you before. I've said it to you before. I think Rashford should still start. You know, even though you were saying maybe rest him, the front line should maybe not have him in there. And I think it would make sense, but this is a different competition now. So maybe you want to make sure you get the strongest side, you know, go through in this round. It's a comfortable game at Old Trafford. We've been good at home as well. Yeah. So I still want to see Rashford play for a half again, see if he can be effective in the first half, and then maybe rotate him off then.
Do I want to see Rashford start? I do, for my own personal, I'm enjoying watching him play, and I want to see him keep scoring. And the more he's on the pitch, the more he can, keep scoring goals and look towards his own personal records and stuff. But really and truly, man, it's Reading at home, man. We're so, do you know what it is? We're so reliant on Marcus, like we were against Forest, like to initiate something happening. Look against Arsenal, like now's the time to just bring in Garnacho on the left, start Pellistri on the right. For me, I'm starting them two in the wing positions with Weghorst.
Is Garnacho good enough? Is Garnacho good enough to play
start against Reading?
Yeah, to start against Reading.
Of course he is. Yeah.
He started a bit slow against Nottingham Forest. It wasn't really comfortable.
Yeah, he came off the bench. It was a little bit difficult. Yeah, he didn't have his best game, but yeah, give him a start at home. Nice. I think he started against Charlton, didn't he? I can't remember. I can't remember the team, but he didn't get off the bench until really, really late anyway against Arsenal. That wasn't a game for him, in my opinion. Forest didn't get the start, to be fair, but again, I see why, because like we know, Erik ten Hag was going super strong to get the result. This is against the Championship side, which it will be their cup final. They're going to give it all, give it everything, but we should be, in a strong enough position. I think this is the perfect game for Garnacho. Yeah. This is the perfect game for Garnacho to start for me, and it's the perfect game for Pellistri to start. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what? Although I think we should rotate quite a lot, I do think I hear a little bit about what you're saying of we don't really possess a whole nother 11. Yeah. Like you see, like City could just let go of a whole nother 11 and it's like top quality. We don't really have that, and I don't think it is another competition. This isn't going into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. It's to make sure we get through to the 5th round. You know what I'm saying? It's 4th round at home, take care of business. But with all of that said, I still think there's enough in it to say you can definitely rest 4-5 players or rotate, should I say, 100%. Because think of it this way, I think at the back you can play, people might say oh no and wince a little bit, you can play Lindelof and Maguire. You can. You can. I think depending on Luke Shaw, if his injury or illness, whatever it is, because Erik ten Hag said he's not sure, then excuse the pun, what's his face have to start? Malacia, that's fine, and Wan-Bissaka's gonna have to play anyway because Dalot's still out. But it's interesting about Sancho, actually. I want to ask you about that because I don't know if you see Ten Hag's press conference, but he said, when asked about Sancho, he said we'll decide after training tomorrow. He's making good steps, good progress, and he basically left the door open. Where it was Forest, he said he's not available. This one, he said he's training good and we'll make a decision. I will make a decision after training. So Sancho could feature.
Yeah, Sancho's somebody that we do want to see play now. I mean, it's been, how long has it been since he's been back?
October, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a little while now, so it's an opportunity for him to play, maybe get 20-30 minutes. I don't think he'll start the whole game.
No.
Like you said, there's a couple other youngsters that are ahead of him right now in their process. But Sancho, I think, should be good to come. I think he was even pressed twice in the presser. Somebody asked him again just to be adamant, we're 100% sure. So it's interesting if he does make the selection, how well Sancho actually do, considering how long he's played. But in the 10 maybe as well, to rest Bruno, potentially. Too far-fetched.
I think with Sancho coming back into the fold of, he just needs to nail down a position. I don't think he's going to bring him into a position that he's never played in before. So I agree with what you say. He ain't going to start. But when he comes on, if he's in the squad and he gets on, I think it'll be, actually, depending on how the game's gone, He might be able to come on the left.
Do you think he's fine for? You know, the left side.
It's got to be the right, man. It's got to be the right. Yeah, the left side's locked down.
Yeah.
Rashi is doing what he's doing. Garnacho is doing what he's doing when called upon. And you know what? If there was ever a batch of 2 games, to be fair, where you would want to feel Sancho into some rhythm and see what he's like match-wise, it's 4th round against a Championship side at home, and this is no disrespect to Reading, but this is true. And secondly, it's at home to Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup semi-final when you're already 3-0 up. So actually, these next 2 games are perfect for Jadon. You know, maybe 15 minutes today, something like that. Maybe can get a start against Forest at home during the week, and then come off after, 60 odd minutes, something like that. Obviously, they're gonna have to feed him back. He hasn't played for so long, so he definitely ain't playing any 90 minutes in any of them 2, in my opinion. But it is interesting to see him, have the potential to play in 2 favourable games for Man United. Favourable games, I'm not going to say easy wins, but favourable games, because I think if you had, say, I don't know, a difficult top 6 Premier League game midweek, and then we go away to someone really difficult in the league straight after that, and they're not the games that you want to potentially bring him back in. Obviously, if that was the case, it is what it is. He plays for Man United. He's on over 200 whatever grand a week. You've got to come back. It don't matter who. But I'm just saying, ideally, if you could cherry pick some games back to back for him to be back in the squad for, it would be this. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think then? If that doesn't happen, do you think that shows signs that he's just not ready, or is it Ten Hag just biding his time? Because he's done that with Casemiro. Casemiro didn't come to the side straight away.
Yeah.
Cameos, and there was like a few cameos. Scott was actually holding his position down.
Yeah.
So do you think it's a thing where Sancho obviously not being entered into the team straight away is a good thing? Or?
Yeah, definitely a good thing. And also, it's a thing that we can't be surprised about. This isn't just like form and waiting for someone to play badly then Sancho could play. This is Sancho got sent away, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he had to go work on his game, work on his, his mentality, his fitness, whatever it is that Ten Hag's put him on, what they've agreed in private, which obviously their conversations we're not privy to. Whatever it was, he was sent away. So this isn't a case of like, Anthony's playing a bit bad now, it's your turn, Sancho. Sancho's got to earn it. It's just like anything, he's got to show Ten Hag that he's ready to contribute to this team. And this could be, but I'm really looking forward to it, because this could be like one of the best comebacks ever. This could be a real success story. You know what I mean? This could be a real turning point in his career.
Yeah.
And I think Jadon Sancho would have learned a lot, to come through that and get himself back even into the squad shows progress in itself. And there you go. So yeah, I mean, all right, give me your 1 to 11 before we wrap up. Give me your prediction. No, your predicted lineup.
I actually want to see De Gea start and go again.
Do you?
Yeah, I want to see De Gea just go through. He's been brilliant this season.
Yeah.
Why not
FA
have
Cup
him in there?
Last trophy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying De Gea and goal.
Wan-Bissaka obviously picks himself.
Would you go Maguire Lindelof, or would you switch it up?
I'd have Lindelof and Martinez still, if possible.
Okay.
I would still have the real strong, keep the partnership going. I think they've done alright against Forest. Keep that going.
Yeah.
Malacia obviously raw, but still at left back. In the midfield, Casemiro has to be in there. It's interesting who you'll pick out of Scott or Fred. I don't mind either or. I'm gonna say Scott then. I'm gonna say Scott just to cover it.
I'll go Fred B. Well, I'm gonna go Scott.
Just to cover it.
All right,
just in case Scott was there. And then Bruno, of course, in the 10.
Yeah.
And then I still want to see Rashi play.
Okay.
First half,
just
to keep it consistent. Rashi play. I think Ince mentioned him in his presser saying he's unstoppable right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Rashi, Verkhorst again picks himself.
Right.
I'm wondering what's happening to Martial, and then obviously Pellistri. I'd like to see Pellistri as
So
well.
you wouldn't start Garnacho in this game?
Nah, okay. I'm not going to start him. I just don't
bring him on.
Yeah, bring him on again just to see how he fares. He didn't do too well against Forest.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to counter that team. I'm going to go with Tom Heaton in goal. Wan-Bissaka. I would like Martinez to keep playing just for that little bit of consistency, innit?
Yeah. He only got a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to match you. I'm going to match you on the Lindelof and Maguire and Martinez. I like that.
Yeah.
And Malacia. Same back four, basically. Same back four.
Yeah.
Midfield, I'm going to go Fred. I think Eriksen needs a rest. I'm going to go Fred, Casemiro, Bruno. And then my front three, I'm going to go Garnacho, Weghorst, Pellistri. And I would definitely bring Rashi on.
Yeah.
Actually, not definitely. I'd see how it goes. And then I'd try and bring on Jadon.
Nice.
Give Rashford the night off, and then And if anything, give him a bit of rhythm against Forest. You know what I mean? We can't keep relying on him, but but I do get what you're saying. He still might play. So yeah, that's our teams. Let us know what your predicted lineup is. I want to know what you guys have to say about that. Match day, remember you've got the match view as well. Check out Owen, he's going to be on that, and then we'll have the reaction from the guys at the ground as well. Mina's coming to the game today as well, so we'll interview Mina afterwards as well. Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Take care, peace. Let's go.